I'm in awe.
Hello.
It's great to see you, man. It's great to see you.
Thank you for inviting me.
No worry, and thank you for all the love for the channel.
Yeah, no
This is
problem.
Aminor, by the way, always in the chat. And we had Kristen earlier as well. He was here, so it's good to see the UV community out here in full force. But now let's get to the team. We did win.
Yeah.
We did win.
Yeah.
But it's worrying, isn't it?
It is. I mean, if we start off with the positives,
Yeah.
the only positive is that we were, despite we being 2-0 down, we came back and won that match. So there's a bit of resilience. So that's the only positive that I want to take away from the match. But there's a lot of worrying signs for Flex.
What are they?
For me, the first one is that we don't seem to control the tempo of the game. You know, Ten Hag's been here for one season. Not blame the manager here at all, but the players seem to, though, they've not played with each other for a while, which is bizarre. So the tempo's not there, and because we don't control the tempo, it seems to be that we don't able to dictate the play. And this is a home game, and Nottingham Forest are a good team. And to be fair to them, they surprised me, but I just don't feel convinced. And next week, I'm worried. I am genuinely worried about next week.
Why? What? Because of
no,
how I'm going to set up, or
no, I not just set up. People like Cecil and AFTV, Cecil, right? They're gonna mock us. I can see it now. Our midfield's gonna be overrun like people like Odegaard, Rice, and because we don't dominate the possession well and we lose the ball, and then we're gonna fail miserably. So I'm a bit worried about next week, to be honest.
in terms of individuals today.
Yeah.
So Rashford wins the pen. Gets a assist for Eriksen as well. There was other bits of his game maybe frustrating today. How can we get some consistency there? How can we get a continuum there?
Rashford, I'm not convinced. I don't think he's a top player. I think he's a good player, but that's about it. He's not. He's a moments player. He doesn't do enough for me. Like his physicality's not there. Yes, he can set up the goal, and yes, people remember that. But actually, in terms of the contribution to the game, isn't there. When I compare him to, say, somebody like Martinelli, I think Martinelli has more to offer than Rashford. I know it sounds a bit controversial, but I do think that. So I am a bit worried that if Rashford doesn't perform, he may drop back to the season he had before last season. That's my concern. So last season may have been, what I'm trying to say is, last season may have been a one-off. I don't know. But the person I'm actually more concerned about is Bruno, actually. I know Bruno scored, got the penalty, etc., scored the penalty, but actually he's now a captain, and I'm expecting him to raise his level. I'm not seeing that from him yet, and he's still being a bit petulant. And I want my captain to be, and when we're in adversity, he needs to be able to stand and needs to lead by example. I'm not seeing that enough from him. So that's my main concern. But in terms of, those are two players I'm really critical of because I expect more from them. What
do you think of Anthony today?
I saw you last week on Anthony, and I had to agree with you in terms of very poor. I still think he's poor. Yes, he improved slightly, but not good enough.
What do you think of him today? You didn't really.
He did okay, but I expect more from him. If you were to give me a rating, I'd probably give him like 5 out of 10. That it was just average. He wasn't special.
Martial, we got 60 minutes out of him. Obviously, off on the 60-minute dot. We're trying to get this done before it absolutely shuts down because we can hear loads of thunder, and the heavens will open in a minute. But Martial, is it trying to get him fit? Obviously, Højlund should be on the bench for Arsenal, but is it a matter of trying to keep Martial ticking over there? Some more thunder there.
Martial we can't rely on, but when he does come on, he does a job. But we just can't rely on him. I hope we do get another striker in. If not, it's just going to be Højlund, and hope that Højlund doesn't break down.
We need Højlund to be good, don't we?
We're doing it. Again, it's unfair. He's only 20 years old. He's not proven in the league, and we're putting so much expectation as a fan base. We are. I'm not putting that expectation on him, but it's the club that's putting that expectation on, just because we've not done the dealings that we should have done much earlier in the season.
And lastly, who was your man of the match? Weird one, isn't it?
Not Lindelof.
Lindelof. Yeah.
And can I just give 2 shout-outs, please? First of all, I want to give a shout-out to my son Hassan. He watches the channel as well.
Big up Hassan.
And also, can I give a shout-out to Mina? I'm her biggest fan. KG, because he's reckless. And Cam. I just think Cam's videos are fantastic. So shout-out to you, Cam.
Brilliant. Good love, man. Thank you so much, Aminor. Good to see you, man. Thank you.